just see when the time comes. What did you make of Turkey Al-Sheikh's FaceTime? He said he wants a trilogy. What did you make of it?
Турки хотів trilogy, так, третій бій. Що ти думаєш?
It's one Turkey.
Pardon?
That's what Turkey wants.
Okay, but
Oleksandr Usyk has finally come clean about why he shut down Tyson Fury's desperate plea for a trilogy fight. Because now it seems like a waste of time and resources. And let's be real, if you lose once, sure, maybe it's a bad day at the office, but lose twice, months apart, and it's no longer about luck or glitches. It's just cold, hard reality.
And that was it.
Can he come back from this, Tyson?
I don't know. Listen, it's up to the man and whatever he wants to do. If he's got a good...
Usyk proved he's got what it takes. And Fury, well, he's still stuck in denial, choking on his pride after hyping himself up only to get smacked down twice.
People in the UK, what doubted my son? I said, every TV company you want sacking off. Sack them off Monday morning, so they don't know.
Now Fury and his father's out here trying to spin conspiracy theories, because accepting Usyk's dominance is apparently just too much for his ego to handle.
Daniel Usyk, well, I want my revenge, Usyk. Well done on tonight.
And it happened because coming off years of running the heavyweight division like he owned it, Tyson Fury was feeling untouchable. The man had an unbeaten streak, a larger-than-life persona, and a confidence level that could probably light up the Vegas Strip. But here's the kicker. Confidence doesn't win fights, especially when you walk into the ring thinking your reputation will do the punching for you. Oleksandr Usyk, meanwhile, showed up ready for war, not just with his fists, but with a precise game plan. Fury, on the other hand, he gambled on his size and the idea that bigger always wins.
Rounds up. A lot of people had me at least two. I just don't know. Listen, it is what it is. I'm not going to cry over spilled milk. It's happened now. I know boxing, been in it all my life. You can't change no decisions. But I'll just always feel a little bit hard done by it. Not a little bit, actually a lot. But I think when you don't get the knockout, this is what happens.
One of Fury's most chef's kiss brilliant decisions was bulking up for the fight. The guy came in heavier, banking on the idea that he could crush Usyk with pure mass. But physics had other plans. All that extra weight made him about as mobile as a parked car, and against Usyk, who basically moves like a boxing ballerina, it was a disaster waiting to happen.
No. What do you want to tell Usyk right now?
Run, rabbit, run.
Run!
His footwork was an actual work of art, slipping in and out of range, landing clean shots, and basically owning the ring like he had a deed to it. He controlled the pace of the fight from the jump, forcing Fury to play catch-up. And the stamina? Unreal. While Fury was gasping for air by the halfway mark, Usyk looked like he could go another 10 rounds without breaking a sweat. It wasn't just physical domination, it was mental warfare. And Usyk was the chess grandmaster, and Fury didn't even know the rules of the game.
I thought he was dead tonight. I thought he was going to get it, if I'm honest.
I swear to God, if I won it by at least 3 rounds. Boss the fight in front foot all night, I won.
That's why the second loss to Usyk didn't just sting. It completely short-circuited Tyson Fury's ability to process reality. Instead of taking a moment to digest what had just happened, Fury stormed out of the ring like a kid who got his candy stolen, mumbling about injustice and rigged judges. According to him, he won the fight by at least 3 rounds. 3 rounds! That's not confidence. That's delusion dressed up as damage control.
12.
Well done on tonight. God bless. I want my revenge for the robbery last time. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go.
Fury wasn't just mad at the judges either. He decided to aim his frustration at the entire Saudi boxing system, calling the decision a robbery. But let's be honest, there's no robbing a guy who barely showed up to the fight in the first place. Usyk's crisp punches and flawless footwork left Fury with nowhere to hide, and everyone watching could see it, except Fury. Of course, Fury didn't stop there. His promoter, Frank Warren, jumped into the denial parade, calling the scorecards dumbfounding, because apparently, watching your guy get systematically dismantled wasn't convincing enough.
24 rounds, listen. Now, it's already history.
And then, as if the denial tour wasn't enough, Fury started barking about a trilogy. But here's the kicker. It didn't sound like he wanted another fight because of unfinished business. It felt like he needed redemption, like he was begging for a chance to rewrite the story because he couldn't handle how it ended. Fury's confidence, the kind that used to make him feel untouchable, seemed shattered. And honestly, it looked more like desperation than determination. Fans and analysts were skeptical, and rightly so. What was the point of a third fight when the first two weren't even close?
Where's Frank? Make it happen.
Mr. Excellency. Your Excellency.
Meanwhile, Oleksandr Usyk wasn't having any of it. When asked about the idea of a trilogy, he shut it down immediately with a simple but powerful statement. I have nothing left to prove. And he's right. He beat Fury twice, and both wins were decisive.
Fall to the winner by unanimous decision. Still undefeated, still reigning.
Why risk a perfect record to entertain the ego of a guy he's already outclassed? Usyk had bigger things on his mind, and a third bout with Fury wasn't one of them. For him, this wasn't about dragging out a rivalry. It was about moving on, staying focused, and continuing to build a legacy that didn't hinge on pointless rematches.
He was tired, it was marked up, and he's now having to say, and he actually called it today. He said, Turkey allow Sheikh, let's make the fight happen.
Usyk's team echoed this sentiment. They saw no value in going back to Fury when the Ukrainian champ had already proven his dominance. Fury, on the other hand, lost his unbeaten record, and with it, the leverage to demand anything. Usyk's camp made it clear they were prioritizing meaningful fights and new challenges over repetitive matches that wouldn't add anything to Usyk's resume. Efficiency is the name of the game for Usyk, and wasting time on Fury just didn't fit into the plan. As Fury begged for a trilogy, Usyk turned his attention to new opportunities. Promoters began speculating about potential fights with other top contenders like Daniel Dubois or Joseph Parker, bouts that would further cement his status as the undisputed heavyweight king. Usyk's refusal to entertain Fury wasn't just about shutting down a rival, it was about prioritizing what mattered: progress, not repetition. Eddie Hearn, the ever-chatty promoter, didn't waste a second throwing in his 2 cents.
Where does he go from here?
Who?
Tyson Fury.
It's only one fight, but there's no point in me. It's not the time to start calling the fight out. You don't know what Fury's going to do. Maybe he doesn't want to fight again. The one thing I will say is, Fury performed well. You know, it's not like he's a finished fighter. His timing was off. His punch resistance has gone.
Speaking to DAZN, Hearn called this loss a pivotal moment for Fury's career, which is promoter speak for things are looking grim, mate. But Hearn wasn't just rubbing salt in the wound. He was already hyping up a potential Fury-Anthony Joshua clash, because of course he was. According to Hearn, Fury didn't exactly bomb in the rematch, but he wasn't himself either. His timing was off, and his punch resistance looked diminished, Hearn noted, which is a polite way of saying Fury got caught out by a better fighter, again. He suggested Fury might need to rethink his approach if he wants to stay in the game, but let's be real. Hearn's main priority was setting the stage for his next big payday. Carl Froch, on the other hand, didn't bother sugarcoating things. Known for his blunt takes, Froch ripped into Fury's performance, saying he lacked the aggression that's usually his trademark.
Well, Daniel Dubois jumped in the ring and said, let's get this fight on. I think he was told by Bricktop to do that. Jump in there, make a bit of noise. So Daniel Dubois got in there.
When Fury had some success, he didn't believe in it enough to back it up, Froch said, which is pretty much boxing speak for he froze. Froch also pointed out that Fury seemed to be waiting for a miracle punch that never came, as if Usyk was just going to stand there and let it happen. Froch even went so far as to hint that retirement might be on the table for Fury. He's wealthy, he's accomplished, but once that fire's gone, it's hard to keep going, Froch remarked. Translation: if you're just here for a paycheck, maybe it's time to call it a day. Johnny Nelson, another no-nonsense analyst, spent his time praising Usyk while dissecting Fury's many missteps.
Closer, the scorecards, but the right man won. I think Tyson Fury was constantly having to react instead of be the one that's activating the shots. And the right man won.
Nelson highlighted how Usyk took control from the opening bell, forcing Fury into a reactive stance. Fury was constantly reacting instead of initiating, Nelson said, which is a diplomatic way of pointing out that Fury looked completely out of his depth. He also noted that Fury's hesitation in the ring was glaring, like he was second-guessing himself at every turn. Whether it was the pressure of the rematch or the lingering sting of the first loss, Fury just couldn't get out of his own way.
That contract, just to be clear.
Why don't you shut up?
But just to be clear about
Listen, video boy.
No, but the contract.
Yeah, just shut up, video boy.
And then there was the public reaction, which was, let's just say, less than kind. Social media erupted with hashtags like #Usyk Masterclass and #Fury Exposed, and fans were quick to label Usyk a surgeon in the ring and the most complete heavyweight of his generation. Fury, on the other hand, got roasted for his post-fight antics. His insistence that he actually won the fight, that didn't fly. Fury's delusional, one fan tweeted, while another suggested he focus less on excuses and more on adjustments. The consensus: Usyk is levels above Fury right now, and everyone knows it, except maybe Fury.